Cody, what's your favorite thing in July, huh? Hey guys, today's video is going to be my July favorites, and I'm just wanted to take a second to apologize for my lack of videos the last couple weeks. 2 weeks ago, I actually was traveling with my family. We went to Yellowstone Park, and I thought that I was going to be able to like edit and upload videos on my iPad, and I couldn't figure out how to do it well. So I didn't upload any videos that week, and then this week has been my first week like really working at my new job. Football preseason started, and so I've been doing like 2-a-days, 15-hour days out in the sun. When I come home, like, I have to wake up at 5 the next day, and I usually get home around 9. So I just haven't been uploading videos. But today I have this humongous box full of things. Well, this box full of things. And I'm just going to jump right in because I'm going to try to get through these as quickly as possible so that this video isn't like 30 minutes long. And if it is, I apologize. Okay, so let's start, I guess, with what's on top. This is not makeup, but I actually ordered a real silk pillowcase to put on my pillow, obviously. These are supposed to like help with your skin, keep your hair from being frizzy, and it's just supposed to be like better to sleep on. I have like fake silk pillowcases that like came with like a satin sheet set, but I wanted to try a real one, and I think this was like $5. Well, not real. This is still like silk satin, I think they call it. But yeah, I wanted to try something that was a little bit more real, and this was like $5 on Amazon. So I bought it, and I have noticed a difference. My hair is just less frizzy, although my hair doesn't necessarily get that frizzy at night anyways, but it's nice to sleep on. It's nice and cool. So I'm gonna move on to makeup now because there are so many things I've been loving. Oh, also, I forgot to tell you guys, I got new lights, and so now because I'm never home during the day when I used to be, now I can film at night because I have these lights. So let me know what you think, if you hate them, if you love them. Let me know. This I've also been loving. This is the NYC BB cream in bronze Radiance, and it's just like this bronze. It's like a really tan BB cream, and on my hand it just looks like it's like foundation for somebody who's dark. But I've been using this 2 different ways. One is because I've been really tan lately. I do use it to mix into my foundations to kind of darken them up. The other way that I use them, and this is how I did it today, was I just used it to apply like a base coat of bronzer. Again, because my foundation was pretty light. I didn't want to darken up the whole thing, but I did add some to like my cheek area and my forehead area, kind of like a cream bronze, and then I put the bronzer on top of it. And I just really like it. It has like a hint of radiance to it, but nothing crazy. It looks a lot more radiant in the tube than it does on your face, and I just like it. It adds like a nice little bronze glow, which is great in the summer. The next thing in my favorites is the, what is this called? The Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. And this is like supposedly a dupe for the Beauty Blender. I actually had this before I had the Beauty Blender, and I really liked it. It worked well for me, but everybody kept saying how there's nothing like the Beauty Blender, this doesn't compare. I ended up going and buying a Beauty Blender, and I kind of stopped using this. But lately I started using it again because I actually took it with me to travel because I don't like traveling with like my more expensive things just in case something happens, which it did. But so I kind of went back to using this lately, and I love it. I don't honestly think that there's that much of a difference between this and the Beauty Blender. In all honesty, I might like this one better because it is just like softer. It's smoother. To me, the Beauty Blender sometimes still feels kind of rough, and sorry, it's really dirty. I used it today. And this just doesn't. I like using this side for like foundation, just generally like patting my foundation on, and then this one more for like under the eye and like tight areas around my nose. I just really like it. To me, it's as good as the Beauty Blender, but I'm also not like a makeup genius, so it very well could be terrible. But I really like it, and so that is in my favorites this month because I kind of like rediscovered an old friend. This is my favorite concealer for the moment. This is the Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer, and it's a very good concealer. It has a great texture. It's thin but pretty high coverage. It feels nice and cool. It's easy to blend in. I have it on my eyes right now. I just, you know, concealed and highlighted that area. This is in the shade Ivory. I like it to be pretty light. Also, when I got this, I was very pale. So if you think my under eye is like way too pale, I'm sorry. I got tan. I really like it. It works really well under the eyes. It doesn't crease very much. It feels good. It's a nice like thin texture that blends out well. I mean, like, look how gorgeous that is when you blend it out. It's just like the most smooth, even coverage, and it really does like conceal your under eyes. So I've been loving this. And then top topping it with Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and this was one of those things that I got in my Sephora haul that I posted, I think, last. And there's just not that much I can say about it that hasn't already been said by every other YouTube makeup artist or YouTube person before. It's just a very finely milled loose powder, and all I do is take my beauty blender. This is what Katie Lusher Lux does that I like picked from her. I just take my beauty blender and pat it in and then like tap on a pretty good amount of powder and then just like either blot it in or brush it away if there's too much. And it just does a very, very good job of setting my under eye concealer, smoothing out any unevenness. I'll even sometimes put it in like my T-zone to kind of smooth those areas out. Get this. Got 3 more things. The bronzer that I have been loving for the moment is the Wet n Wild Coloricon bronzer in Ticket to Brazil. And it's just this really nice, like, gigantic bronzer. This I actually got, I'm going to be posting a video on this soon. I got this in like an emergency, I forgot my makeup kind of situation, and I just really like it. I had heard about it and I've heard good things. At this point, honestly, I think this is a lighter color than my skin. I have it on my face today on top of that NYC one. I just really like it. It's huge and it was like $1, $2. Wet n Wild is really, really, really cheap. It looks really good. It blends really easily. It has like a hint of shimmer, which I like. Not everybody does, but I like it. So this is the bronzer I've been wearing forever, and I got it like accidentally. Next we have the Becca Jaclyn Hill collab. This is Champagne Pop, and I'm sure, I know that this is in like everybody's July favorites, and it's there for a good reason. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous highlight. It's like the perfect shade of like peach shimmer, and it looks good on every single person. It's so finely milled. I mean, the Becca highlighters are some of the best. Everybody knows that. And this is no exception. It's very finely milled, so like even on my like kind of huge pores, I can wear it and it looks good. One of the best things I've ever bought makeup wise. I got this in my Sephora haul and I have been wearing it almost constantly. If I could and it weren't like socially unacceptable, I would cover my whole face in this. It's gorgeous and it just makes everything look better. I've also been loving the IT Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil. The reason that I like this so much is because it was really convenient when I was traveling, when I went to Yellowstone. It was really convenient because I could change the intensity with which I did my brows. So like on days when I didn't want like very intense brows, I could fill it in very lightly. But then on days where like we went out and I wanted them to be a little bit more intense, I could go a little darker. So I have this in my eyes right now. The other thing that I like about it is that it has a spoolie on the other end. It's just very convenient. Again, it was like great to travel with. It was the perfect kind of like every kind of brow you could ever want tool. So the last makeup item that I have as a favorite for this month is the Too Faced Natural Matte Eyeshadow Palette. This also I hauled in that Sephora haul. I had been really wanting to get a matte eyeshadow palette for a really long time because I think it's just one of those things that like drugstores don't tend to do as well. So I had been planning on getting a high-end one, and this was one that was recommended to me. I've heard a lot of good things about Too Faced eyeshadows, and so I just got it. I have this on my eyes today. I've been wearing it constantly just because matte shadows are kind of what you need to like lay the base for a good eyeshadow look. So I've been really loving this. I only have 3 shades on my eyes today, and they're the ones that I've clearly been using the most. This white one, this kind of like peachy one, and this darker warm one. So they're just all really gorgeous brown. They're so soft, they're so pigmented, and it's kind of like exactly what I needed to step my makeup game up. So if you're looking for like the perfect matte palette, this is it. Now that we're done with makeup, let's move on to skincare. There is a lot in here because I've been really working on my skin. My last semester of grad school, I had some issues with my skin. It just wasn't really cooperating with me. It wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do. So I have spent this summer kind of like trying to rebuild and figure out what my skin needs and how to make it better, how to make it break out less oily and stuff like that. So I think I have figured it out. The first thing that has helped immensely with that I also hauled in that Sephora haul is the Clarisonic Mia. This is the Mia 1. I use this every other night, sometimes every night depending on how my skin feels, but I don't want to overdo it. And I have 100% seen a difference. My skin is much clearer, much less oily, much smoother. It breaks out less. The other thing that I noticed was when I traveled, I did not bring this, and I saw a difference in my skin. I promise you that I have seen a difference with this. It has definitely helped my skin out. The other thing that I have been using a lot this month, as far as this kind of is makeup and skincare, this is the Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rosewater. I don't remember who I heard talking about it first. It might have been Carly. But it's just like a very, very fine, soothing mist that you like spray on your face, and it helps to kind of like refresh your makeup, but it also just feels really good. So I've been kind of taking this with me everywhere, and whenever I get like hot or sweaty or feel kind of gross or my makeup gets like gross, I just spray this all over my face. It smells amazing. It helps to moisturize your skin and cool it down, and this is like a necessity in Atlanta heat. Two more skincare items. The first is the mask of Magnaminty. It's funny because I already had all of the favorites that I wanted to talk about in this video together, and I was watching videos this morning and I saw Manny MUA's July favorites video, and he talked about the mask of Magnaminty, and how much he loved it, and I was like, oh my god, I like the same thing as Manny MUA, like I must be doing something right. And I feel like Manny and I have very similar skin from what he says in his videos. Big pores, oily skin, acne prone, and this mask is amazing. First of all, it smells great. It smells like mint and healthy and fresh. It feels very good on the skin. It feels very cleansing and soothing, and it just like when you wash it off, you're like, ah, and it just feels like so healthy and clean, and like I think this has made a big difference in my skincare as well. This is supposed to help get rid of acne and like clear your skin, and I definitely think it has. Lush is awesome. It's a very like natural, healthy company, and I really like everything they stand for, as well as their products are awesome. So if you have acne prone, oily skin, and you're looking for a great mask, I would use this. The other skincare product that I kind of attribute my skin health to is the Philosophy Take a Deep Breath Moisturizer. This is the Gel Cream Moisturizer, and it's oil free. I was kind of hesitant to use this because I tried Purity and I didn't really see that big of a difference. It was just kind of like any other soap to me, or face wash to me. And then I tried their micro peel mask and it broke me out. So I was kind of wary of Philosophy skincare, but I had already ordered this. I already had it. I finally did, and I love it. I use this mask, this moisturizer mostly at night before I go to bed. I just take a Q-tip because it is like a open container and I don't like sticking my dirty fingers in there. And I just dot it all over my face and rub it in really gently. And I do feel like my skin is more moisturized, and I also think that that is part of what's helping with the oil, because my skin isn't producing as much oil, because I never really used a like consistent moisturizer before, because I always got nervous that they were gonna like make me more oily, because I think when you have oily skin, like you really don't want to put more like oil on it. So I'm very wary of moisturizers, but I'd heard good things about this and this was recommended to me, so I got it and I'm impressed. I like it, and I'm going to stick using it because I think my skin, I'm like just trying to stick with my current skincare routine because it's working for me. Hi. If anybody's interested, I can make like a skincare routine kind of video to show you what I have been doing with my skin and what I think has made it so much better. So I may or may not do that. Let me know what you guys think about that idea. I have like 4 more things. One is this Vaseline spray moisturizer. This thing is so good. First of all, that's it. Like you just spray it on, rub it in, and you're moisturized, which is like super convenient. Sometimes I don't even rub it in and I just like very, very like finely mist and then just like walk out the house. It also smells like super fresh and cooling, kind of like the cucumbers. It dries very quickly. It's super easy to apply and it smells great, which is like great for the summer because you don't want to like put on a lot of moisturizer and then go outside and sweat it all off. So this is like a nice, gentle, light moisturizer. It has aloe in it, so it's good if you get like sunburn or just extra sun in general, and it's awesome. Made by Vaseline. This is a Vaseline Intensive Care Spray Moisturizer in Aloe Soothe. Jay also really likes this. He doesn't like my girly lotions that like have like a scent to them, so he'll use this and he really likes it. The other thing that I have been using this summer because I don't like putting a lot of heat in my hair, this is a sample of the Bumble and Bumble Don't Blow It hair styler. And this is just like a hair serum that you put in your hair when it's wet, and it's supposed to make it like frizz free and smooth, kind of like you blow dried it. And I actually got given this sample when I went to get my hair dyed and cut like a month ago, and I have been using it, and I do think it works, although sometimes I think like it might be in my head when I think hair products work, but I do like it. I probably will buy the full size depending on how expensive it is. I know the Bumble can be kind of expensive, so I'll probably try to buy it if it's ever on sale, but I do really like this, and I have, I think, noticed a difference in like the softness and smoothness of my hair when I use it. So lately I've been on a Brantly Gilbert kick. I love Brantly Gilbert. He's one of my favorite country artists, and I just like that he's like country but with like a kind of hard feel to it, and I just really relate to all of his songs. So I have two that are my favorites right now. The first is Bottoms Up, and this is the remix with him and T.I. You can just hear it's like a little bit harder. T.I.'s in it. So that's the first song by Brantly Gilbert that I've been like absolutely loving. I love the remix. It's 10 times better than the first one just because T.I. is one of my favorite rappers of all time, and I love him. But the next song that I've been loving by Brantly Gilbert that's also on the Just As I Am album is called Let It Ride, and this is like more like kind of love song, and I love it. So that are the two songs that I've been loving. And the last thing that I've been loving are actually the pajama pants that I'm wearing. And I'm going to show you them because they have Minions on them. Minions. They're the coolest thing ever. There's a story behind these pants, and that is that when I went to Yellowstone, I had like the craziest flight situation ever. I get to Jackson Hole, baggage is gone. It's not in Houston, nobody knows where my baggage is, so we're like, okay, we're just going to go to like Kmart and get clothes for the day and like hope that your luggage comes in. These are what I got to sleep in, and I'm obsessed. So those are my July favorites. I hope you guys liked them. Let me know if you have tried any of the things that I have and whether or not you like them, and also what you've been loving in July. Even though it's almost August, I still want to know what you've been loving in July and like all summer in general. Also, let me know if there are any videos that you want me to do. I am planning on doing a hair care routine video. I'm going to probably do a skincare video unless everybody's like, don't do it, but nobody watches my channel, so who would say that? Anyways, I'm so sorry that this video is probably so long. There's just so many things I've been loving this summer, and I have so many stories that I want to tell you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel and you can see all of my other videos that I post that are hopefully just as entertaining. And I'll talk to you guys next time.